Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is a game I was playing just a few days ago, platooning with my old mates Tugboat and Gunny B from MI6 clan. And as usual, they're always great guys to platoon with, take the piss out of and hopefully not steal each other's kills. In this game I'm driving one of my new favourite tanks, the German Tier 9 medium tank, the E50, which I've had a fair bit of success with. And we're playing on Sand River, and both Tugboat and Gunny B are clicking away in their artillery. Gunny B in the German GW Tiger and Tugboat in the French artillery. Now, at the start of the game I've looked at the lineups of both sides, and the thing that stands out to me is we've got a distinct advantage with our medium tanks. So I'm going up to where the medium tanks often brawl it out, up to the northeast part of the map, up towards the hill. And I'm on the way thinking that, alright, there's not many coming with me. There's a little Tier 8. I think that's a Tier 8 French premium tank. Medium coming with me. But everyone else seems to be going down the southwest, and I'm up here all alone in the northeast. I haven't yet been spotted, so I'm going up to this part of the hill, simply because if I push around that hill, I don't know what I'm going to see. I don't know what I'm going to see around this area because there's no one spotting that area. So I'm just going to sit up here, spot for our artillery, and do a little bit of damage. Now I fired and missed, but I did spot 4 enemy tanks, 3 light tanks and that big tank destroyer, the big E4. It's a tank destroyer I don't have yet. I know Gunny's got one, he loves it. The turreted American tank destroyer, which can often come in very handy in clan wars. It does a big whopping amount of damage per shot. Also spotted the M103 up there. So I can't really push into these guys. I'm looking at the mini-map, talking to the Tugboat and Gunny in their artilleries, who are also looking at the mini-map, saying no, you can't be pushing there, and I'm not going to be pushing there. I've got lose concentration for a minute and see those 2 light tanks. I actually auto-aimed on the T49 then, but the T54 lightweight walked into my shot, and unfortunately the Rev, the little French medium tank, gets taken out by the T49. Now I cop an HE shot which kills my gunner, but Gunny comes to the rescue. You might call it a kill steal, but he gets rid of someone who was giving me a little bit of grief. Now looking on the minimap, the E4 is probably still up there, as is obviously the M103, lucky enough to bounce a shot and track him. I'm hoping the arties are going to shoot him. Our 1357F, the premium French auto-loading light tank, has gotten rid of that T54 lightweight, which is very handy. And now I'm just trying to get a little bit of damage into this M103, who looks like he's reloaded, but for some reason didn't take a shot. He might have a damaged ammo rack or a damaged loader or something like that. Or maybe he was just trying to look for a weak spot on the tank. Artie puts a little bit more damage. You can see the E4's fired. I probably shouldn't have shot at the E4. I probably should have went around and put another round into the M103. It would have been a lot easier to penetrate that shot. I know my reload's quicker than both of these tanks, but I really don't want to cop a shot in the face from that E4, because that'll take me down to a 1 shot for anyone. Now looking at the minimap, that T57 is coming around to flank me, so I'm moving into a position where I can be angled, a little bit hull down using those rocks and the dead Rev. Now this is where if the M103 had have crossed, I would have been killed. Bit of a clutch shot, which was never really going to do much. Now the M103 does look to be poking over, but it's become apparent that T57 is firing highly explosive. No idea why. And now it looks like he's reloading. It's only 4 shots in that tank, so I'm going to roll down towards him, try and get out of the line of fire from that M103, which is a tank that's firing proper ammunition, if you like. And I want to put one more shot into that T57 to confirm the kill. Now, during that skirmish, Gunny got taken out by their artillery, I think it was. In fact, I'm sure it was, which is unlucky. But I really don't need to push. I'm only on 28 hit points. There's two big tanks up there. Very happy that that shot missed. And I fired into the M103 without fully aiming because he was reversing back down the hill. And obviously I'm a one shot for anybody at the moment, but that M103 is a one shot for me, so I want to confirm that kill. I've only got one kill. I've done a bit of damage, 3,000, but I wouldn't mind a bit more. We've comfortably won the southern half of the map. Conqueror's just been spotted, so you'd think that 1357 might be able to kill him, or unless he's trying to hide. Now I'm going back up to keep this M103 lit, and if the opportunity presents itself, so I'll be blowing him away. There it is. Now that could have bounced. If that bounced and he shot me, I would have been all over for me, but lucky enough to get the kill. Picked up my second kill. Still sitting on 3,500 damage. Now still worried about this E4. I don't know where this E4 is, and I'm pretty sure he's on full health or close to it. He's on about 1,600 hit points. There he is, but looks like he's retreated down that hill. So I'm going to move to the top of the hill, try and get some snipey shots into that E4 from behind, and maybe the artillery. But we don't know where the Object 261 is. The big tier 10 heavy hitting Russian artillery. It looks like that E4 is shooting towards those E100s down the bottom. I killed the 261. I had no idea the 261 was there, and now the E4's been kind enough to give me the rear of his tank, and this is just free money right here. And the last kill goes to me as we win comfortably in the end, 15-6. It wasn't looking like that at the start. Look, at the start it was looking like a much closer game, but looking at the post-game battle results, you can see I picked up the high caliber Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Those two generally go together unless you do a bit of team damage. Hand of God, survive and win the battle having received damage from at least 4 different enemy vehicles. Well, that certainly did happen with all those light tanks that were chasing me at the start of the game. Spotter damage for doing over 1,000 spotting damage. Bruiser, Demolition Expert, someone must have been Amaraked. It could have been one of the light tanks. Fighter, Duelist, and Fire for Effect. As we look at the second page of the post-game battle results, not the best game for the boys in the artillery, but Gunny picked up a kill and Tuggy picked up 1,200 damage, and I'm very happy with this result. 4,595 damage, 4 kills, and a base experience of 1,390, as well as a handful of medals. You can see the spotting damage, 1,603 spotting damage. That's from me lighting up those light tanks, the M103 and the E4, and of course the T57 up around that hill. I really didn't think I'd survive that when half of their team was spotted there, but they just didn't coordinate their attack. They didn't take me out of the game, which they should have, and as a result we won, and I picked up a swag load of damage. I don't think I used much premium ammunition, I can't remember, but 20,000 bottom line profit would probably indicate that some of my shots were. Anyway, that's the replay for the E50, the tier 9 German medium tank. My first ace tanker in that tank, and it's fast becoming one of my favourite tanks, especially at tier 9. Always a pleasure platooning with Gunny, Tugboat and all the lads from MI6. So if you're looking for a clan, pop into our TeamSpeak, have a chat, and you might even end up joining. Thanks for watching everyone, take care, and I'll see you all next time.